Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and just ladies and gentlemen. You other pronouns do not count. Welcome to another day of awful goodness. I am your host, Condor Jez. Joining me today is the OG Midnight, and getting absolutely topped by us is Canalis.
Hola.
Midnight, speak.
What's up? What is going on?
Not much. We were talking about stuff backstage, but what's been going on currently with you? How's your week
Uh,
been?
Reasonable work week, not too crazy. I don't mind. Like the weather's nice. I do a lot of driving, so it's like I'll appreciate it while I got it.
Yeah. Well, it happens to be like an El Nino year, so it's not as frigid as it was last year where I am. So
I still don't understand what the fuck any of that means.
uh, it's like El Nino is like a weather effect that like when there's like warmer air in a certain area, and La Nina is the opposite, where it's colder and
Yeah,
wetter.
okay, sure.
Something like that.
I guess what I mean
Well,
is like what causes it. Because I remember people started talking about that shit in like the late '90s or somewhere around there, maybe early 2000s, and
Yeah, I remember
suddenly
El
it was a
Nino.
thing.
I remember El Nino from when I was in college, and I remember I couldn't tell the difference from where they were like referring to the climatic phenomenon or the metal band.
Or a specific storm. Like it was
Yeah,
there a specific like it almost sounded like there was a specific storm that they called El
no,
Nino.
not that
Okay.
not that I know, but usually when anyone references El Nino, it is the climate effect.
Oh, okay.
So it's an El Nino year, so it's not terribly cold. It's just like mostly dry. At least I don't have to worry about mold fucking up my shit while I pack.
It's pretty
Cause
fucking
nothing.
nice. I'm really happy with the weather
Yeah.
right now, and I can actually like seasonal affective depression is very real. I can feel the
well,
difference. Like that fucking what is it?
absolutely.
Vitamin A, vitamin D.
I think it's D.
Vitamin
Oh,
If
D's
it's
nice.
unrelated, it's D.
vitamin D.
You need the D.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I get your nice spring weather when it's like the cold annals of winter where you are. So
I'm very much a spring and summer person. I can't stand the fucking cold weather.
oh,
I have no
that's
tolerance for it.
that's why I kind of boom myself to a warmerish climate.
Yeah.
I do not like the deep freeze. I do not like waking up early in the morning just to
Oh
scrape
god.
fucking ice off my windshield,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
even with the defrost on. And
I've
then you
only
and
I've only
then
seen like Wisconsin winter in movies. Well, I've also seen Fargo, but it doesn't like appeal me like really. I don't feel like visiting those parts in the winter, to
yeah,
be honest.
and then
I
you
sent
also
you some
and
pictures, Canalis. You saw. I get
Oh
a
yeah, no,
little
no.
Fargo over where I am.
Yeah, it's like
mhm.
it's pretty up fucking north. It's like relatively close to Canada, right?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
You also have he's also on like the jet stream too.
Mm,
So you get like those type of winters. Like where I live, I get like the lake effect snow where like where like the Lake Michigan gets gives like all the moisture in the air and then it makes the snow like heavier or
right.
some shit. But yeah, I like my semi-tropical living. I like living near the equator.
I like the
It's now,
weather of it,
yeah.
but the animals of it scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
Well,
heat and humidity will breed fucking monsters.
that's only in the jungles. I'm not going in the jungles because they have fucking centipedes like a foot long, and I
Like,
no.
dude, I
Yeah.
was in Miami. I was in Miami this one time, and I remember crossing paths on the sidewalk, like it's just like 100 feet from my hotel, with a fucking grasshopper the size of a hot dog.
Whoa.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was. I mean,
I
it's a grasshopper. It's harmless, but it's still pretty fucking impressive, you know.
I don't mind grasshoppers. Cockroaches. Hell to the no.
Hell no, hell no.
Yeah, they
Mosquitoes,
have these things.
definitely not.
Mosquitoes are a pain in the ass, man.
I almost freaked out on the train because last night because there was so we were having like dengue fever outbreaks because
Ugh,
people don't dump their shitty water out where mosquitoes breed. And so now there's like in certain areas of the city like outbreaks of dengue fever. And so as I was on a train I see like this little bug thing flying toward me and it kind of looked mosquito-ish and then I was like ah! Trying to get it away because I don't want to get dengue fever because more often than not, the next time you get dengue fever, it's like you're gonna die time.
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
like survive the first time and then die the second one?
That's apparently that's how it goes
Damn.
unless you get like immediate medical treatment because my first round all the doctor gave me was like a bunch of antibiotics and like those what is it? Those yogurt pills.
Right.
And
Yogurt.
then I also had to supplement with like a lot of fluids too,
That's like
like
probiotic,
orange
right?
juice. Mhm.
Right.
It's terrifying. And isn't
Yeah.
dengue fever a parasitic infection?
No, that's malaria.
Oh yeah, it is malaria.
Dengue fever is more. Let me see. Actually, let me check. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I think it might because it's kind of similar to malaria, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it breeds in the pretty much the same latitude, so same climate.
Let's see. Let's see. Breakdengue.org. Let's see. Oh, it's a viral disease. It's not.
Oh, okay,
It's
so
not
it's
a
viral.
parasite. It's just a viral disease.
I'm not quite as afraid of viruses as I am of parasites. Like I didn't give a shit. I may have gotten COVID when it first came out, before it came out actually, but I don't care.
Well, I got both the novel Coof and Omicron, so I'm good. I don't need the Coof boofs.
Plot twist: nobody does.
Of course, of course, looking at their little map, they have like color coded dots, and of course, where I used to live in Mexico, Guadalajara, they all have like black and orange, which is like the most common spots. But hey, you could also, but I'm also looking. There's a whole lot of there's like a couple red dots and orange dots. So on the eastern coast of the United States. So
Men no want, men no care.
yeah.
So, what's been going
Let's
on this
see.
week in the news, Jez?
Oh right. So yeah, I should totally get on the news instead of dooming about dengue fever. Even though
This is, after all,
it
a
is
news
important,
podcast. It's not about
even
viral
though it is
infections.
important.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
going to go get a beer. I'll be 5 minutes.
all right.
Sorry. I just
I'll get this.
the mood struck me and the weather is beautiful.
Okay,
bear.
well, just
All right.
take it away.
No, our first thing, um, the Durham report came out. What was the Durham report? It was the investigation to see whether or not there was it like actual Russian collusion?
I think it was like a probe to look
Yeah.
into the veracity of the accusations that Trump colluded with Russia to influence the 2016 election, which we all
And
know is impossible
it's
because
been
elections
concluded
cannot be
that he
interfered
did
with.
not collude with Russia.
What a shock!
And in the 2016 election. And there was no collusion, same with the Miller report. But
I have
this
a
guy,
question.
Devin Nunes,
A question from an
he
ignorant
says,
Spaniard. A question from an ignorant Spaniard. Did Trump did he do anything that benefited Russia during his term?
mm, not that I could think of. I mean, I tried to follow the news, but
I
every
mean,
time, but
actually,
the news at the
Russia.
time was, "Oh my God, Trump is literally Satan."
I mean, it actually Putin actually waited until Trump was out of office to make a move on Ukraine. So
Hmm.
it feels to me like Russia felt like they were at a disadvantage with Trump in office. So I don't know why people
Yeah,
actually believe this. Like, okay, like why do people believe bullshit?
but anyways, so this guy Devin Nunes says that the Durham report shows total collapse of the justice system. Uh, Former representative Devin Nunes, he's one of those rare R's from California. Said yesterday, wait, when did this come out? Oh, today. Well, today that the report from Special Counsel John Durham on the FBI investigation into Trump's ties with Russia shows the total collapse of the justice system. He says that it's a sad day for America because what it represents is the total collapse of the justice system. And he used to be the former chair of the House Intelligence Committee and is now the CEO of Trump Media. Um, the Durham report reads like the tombstone for the justice system, and it would say something simple like, "Here lies the justice system, the Justice Department, and we knew there was criminality, and we couldn't do anything about it." So it's like 300. So the Durham report is like 305 pages long, and we released last Monday. Concluded that authorities did not have sufficient information to open an investigation into the Trump campaign's ties with Russia, and described the probe as seriously deficient. Uh, he also criticized the FBI for failing to corroborate the Steele dossier, which had obviously like the P tape and Trump's ties with Russia, and then to later use it to secure a warrant to spy on former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page.
So basically, what the Durham report does is to prove that not only was there no ties with Trump and Russia, like the whole collusion thing was bullshit, but it also proves that uh, prominent people from the Democrat Party, the Justice Department, and the media colluded to to spin the lie that there was, right?
Yeah,
Which is pretty fucking
which,
serious in my opinion.
mm-hmm. But we all know nothing's gonna happen,
I would be surprised if
unfortunately.
it did, actually. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I think
I'm back.
the report has fueled further Republican allegations that law enforcement that it's been it's not allegations anymore. It's true that law enforcement and intelligence agencies have become weaponized against political enemies.
There
I
is
mean
no
that
standard
thing,
of it. They don't care if it happened. That's the thing we all need to get through our heads is they don't care whether or not it actually happened. Sam
right?
Harris put it best. He doesn't care if Hunter Biden has a basement full of dead children. He does not care. None of them do. At this point, if you haven't figured it out, you're not figuring it out. And everybody on this side needs to figure that out because they're never coming over to our side.
Yeah, so
Also, it's
That's
really funny that a guy like Sam Harris, who considers himself an atheist and a skeptic, is such a fucking fanatic against Trump that he's willing to like literally sacrifice the lives of children to see him out of office.
I'm certain that Sam Harris was abused. Remember, his mother was a TV writer, and he spent his whole life wanting that crowd to accept him. Remember what I've said about homosexuality? It's always the result of trauma. There you go.
It often done it more often than not. It is like
no, it always is. It always is.
I know that I've talked about this with my father a lot of times, and like it's at least curious how many open homosexuals are in the UK, you know, like in the arts and all that. Well, when in the UK they have like this culture of boarding schools, like all boys schools. That is like, you know, who knows what goes on there, like, you know, among young boys, and what kind of I don't know if trauma, like, you know, there's something going on. I'm sure there's like a relation between the two facts.
I mean, there is something called fagging, but it's more like the boys are like the servants of the younger boys are servants of the older boys.
Sounds pretty gay to me.
Yeah, which
it's pretty fucking gay, dude.
Well, that's why it's called fagging. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if anything happened that way. Oh, so this what I have up is from Project Veritas way back when the shit started. Take a listen. Go away.
Hey man, we met in Palm Springs a few years back.
Good to see you, man. You good?
Yeah. How you been?
Hold on, pause it.
What do you think's gonna happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia.
Yo.
Van Jones. I've done shows with Van Jones. Van Jones is whatever his masses want him to be.
100% talks in pure house nog.
Yep, he talks in all of the fucking corporate talking points and all the fucking jargon. And he seems like the thing about him is beneath that, there's probably a dude that once could have been a cool dude. Like there is that in there, but he let Massa have him a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He likes that paycheck. Yep. The reality is, how much of Van Jones have you seen in the news in the last 5 years?
Very little.
I forgot to do
non-existent.
This is why.
Continue.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really? You don't think that
there's nothing there you can do?
Note the date. Note the month. Note the date.
Yep.
This is like right after it happened.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really? You don't think that
there's nothing there you can do?
You took the whole thing out of context. We had a whole conversation.
Van, this is James O'Keefe. What was taken out of context?
You saw the thing yourself. You know what's taken out of context.
See, so what you saw was Van Jones. See, remember what I said? There's that thing where there was probably a cool dude in there somewhere, right? You saw the candid moment of what was left of that cool dude in Van Jones, and now you're seeing him kill that cool dude out of terror. He's afraid of Massa.
He's a fraudster. He's been convicted. He's paid fines. He had to apologize. He's a scumbag, and he does this stuff all the time.
So when on the tape you say that the Russian investigation was a big nothing burger, what do you mean?
I meant for progressives to keep jumping up and down about this doesn't make a lot of sense, because from a political point of view, if you're looking honestly, you do not have the ability to both impeach and remove this guy. So from a political point of view, it's a nothing burger. You've got to be focused on real stuff like jobs.
Bullshit.
So he took that
he knew it was fake. He knew it was fake.
And that's what the Durham report has proven, that there was no collusion and that they made it all up. and he was in on it.
All he had to do was say, dude, he has enough money. All he had to do was say, it's all bullshit, it's all fake, and then chill for a couple of years. Not like he can't afford it. What happens if he had done that this week? Now he gets to come out and say, I fucking told you. I fucking told you all. And he makes $1 million off of that. Think about it. Think about his media presence. You know Tucker is like about to get rich again.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done it. He could have done it. He chose not to. I don't feel bad.
So we're gonna talk about Tucker in a little.
Good callback, Jez.
Further on down the pipe, but do you know what? But do you know who they were? Oh, pendejo!
Pendejo!
What's up, maricas?
Putos!
What up,
What's
man?
going on with you, smegma farts?
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
I'm adjusting your mic volume a little bit. There we go.
What's going on with you?
The usual, the demented faggots from Twitter. I'm RSP again.
We were talking about that before. How basically they're the haha, I was only pretending to be retarded meme.
And the whole shtick is that they purposefully misconstrue what you say. So basically, they pretend to be stupid and not able to understand English to own you.
Okay.
It's that person who, like, you ever say to someone like, dude, I'm going to fucking kill you if you do that again. Like, clearly that's not, you're not going to kill them. But they start flipping out saying, oh, he said he's going to kill me. They know, but they don't know. Like, they psych themselves into believing.
The only thing I know is that those idiots make me laugh.
Well, maybe you can enlighten us as soon as we get done with the Durham report thing. So as I was saying, so do you know what the FBI did to get on that Durham report thing? I can't speak.
I mean, they faked
guess
the Russian pistos.
Guess what they just did? Guess what the FBI
What did they just do?
From the New York Post, FBI dropped 4 fuck my mouth. I am. I have a severe disconnect between my mouth and my brain, unfortunately. FBI dropped 4 probes into Hillary Clinton and family's nonprofit ahead of the 2016 election, states the Durham report.
I just watched, I've been watching, like, over the last couple months, just every now and again, watching a bunch of Patrick Bet-David videos in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Valuetainment. I don't know that it's a great name for this show, but I do, like, I don't know, man. I like the Patrick Bet-David show. That's what it should be called, but whatever. That guy is awesome. I really like Patrick Bet-David a lot. He did an interview with Whitney Webb, and she was talking about how Hillary Clinton essentially runs the FBI and has for a good long while.
So she's the new Edgar Hoover?
Yeah, pretty much, with more secrets.
Fuck.
You know what? So
and a worse taste in dressing.
So yep. I watched who? Oh, I watched. We all know Ryan Dawson.
Name sounds familiar.
Familiarize yourself with Ryan Dawson. He did an interview with Myron Gaines. I think he did both Fresh and Fit. Now, Fresh and Fit are interesting because they do that red pill stuff, but Fit Myron, he is an ex-Homeland Security agent and a Muslim. I think he's Somalian. He's like a Somali Muslim. I mean, he's American, but his family's from Somalia. And he's from everything that I can tell, he's a very loyal American, really good guy. I like him a lot. I don't agree with his romantic philosophy, but his diagnosis of the problem is absolutely spot on. In this interview, Ryan Dawson, A, said that Whitney Webb steals all his shit, which I don't find that hard to believe. And B, he dished on Hillary Clinton's naughtiness. You know what Hillary Clinton likes?
What does she like?
Young Turkish type woman.
Oh.
And she likes to, dude. I generally don't go after people for their weird kinks, but she likes to wear multiple pairs of nylons or tights or whatever, and let it get stanky, and then make the young pretty girl eat it.
Oh God.
Ew, gross.
I didn't need that image in my mind. Thank you.
I know. I did that to you on purpose too. And like, there's miles of psychology to think about with that. Like, her need to humiliate the prettier girl. What?
Like, do they literally eat the nylons, or just like suck the juices off them?
Like, do you really need to know?
Because
I mean, I don't think that they literally chew and swallow the fabric. I don't think. Although, you never know, man. She's the type that would make them.
Because I don't think you could digest nylon. But anyways, she is a literal demon.
She is a literal demon. Now,
I wouldn't be surprised if she's like the flesh host for one of the kings of hell. Nah, I'd say more of like a duke or prince.
Bro, both Alex Jones and Donald Trump have talked about how bad she smells. Like, I think that they may have been dropping breadcrumbs.
Yeah, but anyway.
I'm sorry.
So let's just put that and let's talk about
I need a drink.
This. So the bombshell report. Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink, my too. I still got some rum and coke left over from.
I got Mexican beer.
When I was. What type of Mexican beer? What brand? If it's not, what is it? Is it Carta Blanca, or what was the other one? Estrella, Pacifico.
No.
Corona.
Yeah. It's all Corona? I have available. I know. Yeah.
Modelo.
I like Corona.
Modelo is like one step up from Corona, though.
Is it? Modelo gives me a headache. Every time I drink Modelo, I get a headache. I don't know. Anyway, even if I only have like one or two.
Oh, yeah. Back to the article. The bombshell report released by Durham. Also sheds light on the quashed probes. The FBI had at least four open criminal investigations into Hillary and Bill Clinton that were suddenly dropped months before the 2016 thing. Very suspicious, because our Glow Boys had been looking into claims that foreign countries and other individuals were trying to influence the Clintons through donations through their the Clinton Foundation and Hillary's presidential campaign. What is this called, people? What is this called? Projection.
Always accuse your enemies of what you do.
Yeah, Viva Frey, I think he may have originated the statement of confession through projection. It's very accurate. Like, that's absolutely what they do. They confess through accusation.
I mean, you have to think, why was the Clinton Foundation one of the first nonprofits down in Haiti after the earthquakes?
I was just gonna fucking say Haiti too. Yeah.
Really makes you think.
The whole thing, when she said we all hang for this, like, they are that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it even says right here that 3 of the 4 investigations were launched in early 2016. We're looking into that the Clinton Foundation was the hub of criminal activity.
International racketeering, to say the least.
They came from Little Rock and Washington, D.C. and New York, all which opened audience into the charity as Hillary was in the midst of her presidential run. The Little Rock and New York offices were investigating a claim that an outside commercial industry likely engaged in a federal public official in a flow of a benefits scheme, namely large monetary contributions were made to a nonprofit under both direct and indirect control of the federal public official in exchange for favorable government action and or influence. Look at this beast. This
here's
beast
the question
and her proxy. Her proxy
when did she get this bad? When did she get this bad? At what?
Was she good at one point? Like what I've seen about her, she was always a sociopath.
Yeah.
I mean, her master was a dude who was a dragon in the KKK.
Yeah, no, he was
That's
good
true.
friends with David Duke type. I don't remember his name, but yeah.
So if that's your feature, that speaks volumes of how the Ranger and psychopath.
She had Webb Hubbell's daughter 15 years before Bill was president.
Yep, Webb Hubbell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary how much the two look alike. Webb and Chelsea.
She's got his potato face. She's got his lumpy potato face for sure.
The DC investigation was based on allegations that the Clintons accepted millions in donations from foreign governments, as well as massive Russian corporations. Projection,
Yep,
Your Honor.
Absolutely.
In attempt to influence U.S. foreign policy dating back to her days as Secretary of State. And then the fourth one was about allegations made by a well-placed source that Hillary continued accepting those illegal donations throughout her presidential campaign. Projection. Is Hillary Clinton a fucking camera head because she is projecting a lot of shit?
You know those people that just can't admit that they farted?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, they fucking rip one, and like, you know, when you're a little kid, maybe it's a little bit different. But at a certain point as an adult, someone's like, "Oh man, did you fart?" You'd be like, "Oh, sorry, dude. Like, didn't mean to. It squeaked out. It happens. It happens." But there are those people that will blame everyone else. I have an aunt that owned a little like a food kiosk in like a food court, and something went wrong with their plumbing. Hang on, I gotta clear my nose. Something went wrong with their plumbing, and it stunk. Right. It stunk, and they needed to have plumbers come in to do whatever the fuck they had to do. And the whole time she's blaming the guy next door, but she knows it's her, and she knows I know it. Not her personally, but it's our plumbing. She knows it, and she knows that I know, and she's still saying this shit in front of me. And I'm like, Auntie, like, I know that it's like I'm watching the plumber come in and fix, but her psychology was that she could not admit that she stunk. And of course, the fucking poor dude next door who never did anything to her, she's shit talking him all day. Bitches be crazy.
Yeah, Dennis Paul said something similar last night because we were watching, since he was showing videos of some crazy bitches.
He does that.
Yeah. Let's see. This year's
you like an AP, huh?
What?
You like an AP, huh?
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
I like him a lot. He's very funny.
We should have him on one day.
If we could get him, he would be a fun dude to shoot the shit with.
I mean, we did get his permission to use his likeness, so maybe.
Oh, I gotta teach you some restraint on fucking reveals and shit. Jesus.
Sorry.
That's all right.
It's just too exciting.
At least it wasn't me this time. It's cool.
But I haven't. But at least I haven't said what his part.
Be silent.
Anyways, so in late 2014, before Clinton formally declared her presidency, the FBI learned from that source that a foreign government was planning to send an individual to contribute to Clinton's anticipated presidential reign as a way to gain influence with Clinton should she win the presidency. This foreign individual made a $2,700 contribution ahead of the campaign, which led to another contribution of significant sum of money. Here we have our hero, John Durham, in his bespectacled and walrus-faced glory.
I am cautious
Tossing the cookie.
on praising Wilford Brimley over here.
Yeah. Let's just give him let's just give him like a knowing nod and not
You know what?
jack him off just yet.
Here's how you know Durham was a good guy all along. When he commits suicide by a shotgun blast to the back of his head. When they Scalia that nigga, you know that he was a good guy all along.
Let's see. Well, Hillary's campaign workers were okay with it, and we're fully aware that getting all the shit that she's getting, and then let's see. They were pretty tippy-toeing around Hillary because there was a chance she would be the next president, the report said. And of course, all four were dropped ahead of the 2016 election, several which were at the direction of senior FBI officials who had close ties with the Clintons. Blah, blah. Then he concluded that the FBI dragged its feet and failed to pursue the Clintons' alleged illegal donation scheme or document it properly. And of course, a spokesperson says that they have never, ever been totally serious. We have never, ever been involved in any illegal activity. Trust us.
Super serial.
It was a prank, bro.
None of the Clintons have ever taken any money from the Clinton Foundation. In fact, the Clintons themselves are major donors to the Clinton Foundation, the spokesperson added. Lies.
Just because they put money in it doesn't mean they don't take money out.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen, dude, I know what money laundering looks like, you fuck. I've worked construction. I have family that are fucking guineas. Like, I know what money laundering looks like. You're not gonna fool me. Yeah, you put money in. You also, like, paying for shit that you want with those accounts is taking money out. You put $150 in, you take out $5,000 worth of services. You haven't really put... Man, the way these language games are, you know what I'm saying? It kills me that anybody falls for it. It kills me that anybody falls for it. That's my issue.
Well, projection is the word of the day.
I agree with that.
So, that Daniel Penny guy.
Yeah.
This totally sane individual and their sign says, "Arrest Daniel Penny and everyone that was on that train."
Reasons I left New York.
They have watched Jordan Neely die. Did they have a duty to intervene? Question mark.
Well, if they had intervened to begin with, maybe the Marine wouldn't have been forced to subdue him with little consequences. Instead, you all sit down on your asses and did nothing. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But no one
like some of them did tape it, like on their phones.
My words of advice to New York: do not fucking help these people. It's not worth it. Get out. Years ago, this is a long time ago, I was on a train. I think it might have even been an F train. This happened on an F train. And there was this dude just like Jordan Neely, another crazy jogger, who was giving this Spanish lady who was sitting on the same side as me a hard time. She's probably Dominican, and he was being a cunt, and like he was just being an asshole. Like I'm not gonna step in between someone's argument, and he like hit her newspaper or something and then went away, and she got mad, and she's like, why didn't anybody help me? And like honestly, if he had put hands on her, I would have kicked him in the fucking face. He was in a wheelchair, so it would have been an easy reach. But the reason why nobody helped you, you stupid cunt, is because of this.
Yeah. So Jordan.
Meanwhile, a security guard black security guard in San Francisco gets into an altercation with a black troon. I think it was a black troon who ripped stuff off from the Walgreens he was working at. They tussle, they fight. The troon runs away. He still pulls his piece and ices that troon right there. And you know what? No charges.
As it should be.
Well, no, if someone's running away like in that situation, you shouldn't shoot them. I don't think that's a good idea.
Wait,
beating the shit out of them, I'm okay with. Yeah. He popped him.
That's when he should have just at least blown out a kneecap.
I mean, but then you might get in more trouble. You might have actually gotten charges for that. You can't shoot to wound. That's not a thing. You get bigger charges.
It is in the movie, but you know, it's like I mega one like you talk to these people and you know talk about like street fights and what they would do. Like Anthony Gramuglia like, I will hit him in the knee. You ain't gonna do shit. When you see yourself in that situation, you freak the fuck out, and you either become paralyzed, or run away, or start swinging crazily in the flimsy hopes of hitting the guy somewhere. And it's over in like 10 seconds. So
if you ever have to shoot someone, you go center mass and you empty the clip. And
for the same reason that I'm talking about this, like you know, you are not going to have the luxury to just draw, you know, take the safety off, point to the you just like do whatever the fuck you can, however you can.
Center mass, empty the clip. That's your option. Do not take any other option.
Not
any shooting.
Not a Wild West shootout.
Any firearms instructor will tell you the exact same fucking thing. Center mass and empty the clip.
As Jordan Neely struggled to free himself from a chokehold in the New York City subway earlier this month, wasn't it proven that it wasn't a chokehold?
He let go in the right window.
There were passengers who pinned him down and passengers who watched. 2 men helped restrain Mr. Neely, while Daniel Penny, an ex-Marine, held him on the floor of an F train that had stopped in a Manhattan station. And the video's right there. Around 10 passengers observed the 3 holding down Mr. Neely, who slipped into unconsciousness. A woman tried to walk around the cluster of people on the floor, but seeing Mr. Neely flail his legs, she bit her lip and stepped back. Another woman typed on her phone, looking at Mr. Neely, then glanced out the subway doors. One man stepped into the train and told Mr. Penny, "Yeah, you're going to kill him." He was not seen to physically intervene.
Bullshit. I don't believe that that's true.
And then it said, nationally, the killing of Mr. Neely, who had been acting in a hostile and erratic manner, had set off broad political debate. Of course, the Democrats want him arrested. He has been charged with manslaughter, last I checked.
Yeah.
While the conservatives called him a hero, and they raised $2.5 million for his defense. Let's see, but in New York, the death has prompted conversation about what moral duty onlookers have to one another and to the most troubled people among them. Usually it's called the bystander effect, but now I'm thought some egghead scientists like disproved that now. There's no such thing as the bystander effect anymore.
Why anymore?
I don't know.
Hasn't it never existed?
No, it's like was it some? Let me see.
Kitty Genovese. It was first
Yeah.
coined with Kitty Genovese, where a woman was raped and murdered in her. This is where Alan Moore came up with the idea for Rorschach, because that was Rorschach's inspiration to become Rorschach, was Kitty Genovese. A woman was raped and murdered in the doorway of her apartment building. Very
Actually,
easy
I think he's wearing like the mask Rorschach is wearing in Watchmen isn't like made of Kitty Genovese's dress.
Yeah, I think so. Or it was like a dress that she ordered and never picked up.
Yeah, something like that. And it was like a special dress. I think it was made by Dr. Manhattan. I need to reread the comic, but I think it was like made.
Yeah, it was like a special dress where the colors would where the patterns would change, and that's why he has like his mask.
Rorschach mask.
Yeah.
It was a hypercolor mask, if you think about it. You guys don't know what fucking hypercolor is. Holy shit!
I remember those. I had hypercolor shirts.
I'm Spanish. I barely know how to speak my own language. So cut me some slack here.
Let's see.
Hypercolor was heat responsive neon fabric.
Oh, wasn't that shit actually in like toy cars, like Hot Wheels cars at some point?
There was color changing, like Transformers and stuff at the time.
I remember. I only remember like for my toys, they were like if you put in like warm water, like a Barbie that's purple would turn to pink.
Yeah, they were also cars who changed color.
Yeah. There you go. It's not a hallucination that I had when I was a kid, of which I had many.
Yeah, I thought. I'm trying to look it up. I thought they like kind of somehow disproved it for something, but I don't know.
I think the bystander effect is real. I've observed it.
I mean,
you live in New York for a year, you'll observe it.
Yeah. What I thought I read was like, even though bystander effect was real, it wasn't like really like as common as it was.
I would say it's a constant.
Or maybe
I would
they
consider
like
the
changed
bystander
the
effect
definition. Like maybe there were like a whole bunch like there will be people standing around, but eventually someone will act, I guess. Anyways, the legal standard is clear. No U.S. state explicitly requires civilian strangers to physically intervene when they see an adult in danger, though some impose a duty to report wrongdoing and to set an ambiguous standard of rendering assistance. Let's see. This part is here. We've all seen The Incredibles, right?
Yep.
So remember at the beginning when Mr. Incredible like saves the suicidal man and then the suicidal man sues him?
Rings no bells.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So like in the beginning of the Incredibles movie, Mr. Incredible, the superhero, he sees a guy who's about to jump off a building and commit suicide, and him being a hero, he jumps into action and rescues the man. But then we see in like a news report later that the man didn't want to be saved, but then and then Mr. Incredible, I guess, like hurt him some way, and that's
he prevented his suicide.
Yeah,
because in the movie, Mr. Incredible says, "Hey, dude, I saved your life." No, you only prevented my death.
Yeah, see, Omega gets it, and there's also like Good Samaritan laws, but in this context, like if you actually try to help, you could also put yourself in more danger and cause like more harm to the person too. So that's why bystander effect happens.
To be honest, I think I actually witnessed 2 violent incidents in New York City the whole times I've been there. 3 times actually. One of them was in Gleason, like two guys, a fight broke up, but one of them was in Bryant Park. And another one was some old guy, I don't know, not Duff, at the wheel near Central Park. And he crashed his car, like up in like 40 40 long and 6 something like that. And in those 3 occasions, like everybody actually intervened. You know, they were like concerned for the well-being of the people involved. So, I don't know. My experience, New Yorkers can be pretty cool.
What year would you say that happened?
Well, yeah, that's early 2010s. Mid 2010s probably.
It changed. It changed. It used to be better. Yeah, it is.
I remember the first year we went there, the entire family. My dad had a bad back from the trip, from like the plane flight, so he was like rubbing it against the wall, and some old lady like went out of her way to ask my dad if he was okay, and like if he wanted an ambulance or something. But that's no, we're fine, thanks for asking. Super nice lady, you know.
Yeah,
it used to be much better.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll see. I'll have to tell you how it went when I go this year. Finally, after 3 years of being exiled.
Let's see. So the value of such legislation, blah blah blah. They want to do something. They basically they want to charge the people who stood by and watched Jordan Neely get like restrained to be charged.
Yeah,
with,
you don't have the right to do that.
The murder.
That's bullshit. You don't have the right to do that.
They don't have the right to do a lot of what they've been doing lately, but they're gonna try. They got their Soros DAs, man.
Drexel is right. The U.S. is a lost cause.
Oh, I hope not.
He always says the same. It's over, Nick. It's over, Nick.
Those fucking Texans and like Tennesseans and Mississippians need to rise up and like retake the country, for fuck's sake. Where are the gun nuts?
Let's see. But yeah, there's nothing really. Now they do mention the Kitty Genovese murder, but basically to sum everything up, they want to charge the bystanders as like accomplices to the murder, and like
these fucking people, of course they do.
And then they go on and on about like the whole bystander effect and why people should help people in danger, which only puts them in more danger. So
should doesn't mean have to. Like, they don't understand the difference between fucking what they want and what they have a right to expect.
I mean, we all can't be fucking Superman.
Yeah.
Anyways, I should stop saying that. But let's so we got a reason. We got a reason for good boy Tucker. From OMG. This guy's Sean Langille, and he's a producer of Fox News at Night.
$144 million to settle that lawsuit.
Oh, that was with the Dominion company. What happened with that? Like,
they gave him money. That wasn't part of it. They say it wasn't part of it, but we're learning that Tucker getting fired was part of that.
Tucker getting fired was part of the Dominion lawsuit?
Part of the
Look at him just sipping his coffee like, yes, it was Dominion who told us to fire Tucker Carlson.
It's so weird that they just say this shit to people they don't know.
Because
they're ops.
They are so sure that nobody's gonna listen to them.
What about the fucking NDAs? Yeah, what about the fucking NDAs? Do they have those?
I mean, fucking fuck the NDAs are just a piece of paper you sign. But like, everybody fucking knows that there are people out there. Like, if you work for a company like this and you're involved in shit like this, there's someone gunning for you to give them some information. How are you not aware of this? Man, that Bussie's got to be fucking powerful.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that with the Pfizer guy, right?
You know, media and you're beholden to advertisers.
Well, that
I gotta say, James O'Keefe knows how to hire them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The pillow guy, or it's brought to you by Pfizer, right? It's like
It's big pharma.
Yeah,
Which is crazy because like we do all this stuff about COVID vaccines and we're getting money from Pfizer.
Oh
What?
shit. Oh shit, nigga.
Controlled opposition.
Controlled fucking opposition. Holy shit.
We're getting what?
And we're getting money from Pfizer.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Big pharma, big tech.
you know, you're talking about like the shady players.
Oh, here I am with my little fruity tooty drink.
Oh,
I think
it's definitely fruity.
they choose them on purpose. They probably choose them to like grinder and do like psychological profile. Oh, this fucking soy boy will be really easy to pry open for information, you know? Because look at that motherfucker. Or look
They
at that
must
other guy,
have-
that Pfizer guy. Like, look at this.
He has like the receded chin.
Yeah, dude, never trust a nigga with no chin. Never trust a
Yeah.
nigga with no chin, right?
Right.
Canales and I both have good chins. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Well, they have
even
fucking
though it's
jawline
quite
like a
small, I do have a chin.
You have a strong jawline, yes.
Yes, I do.
Don't let-
I have a strong jawline for a
Mhm.
feminine, for a female person, for a male-identified female person. What about you, Omega? Do you got a chin? You better have a
course
chin
I have
underneath
it.
that beard.
Of course I have it.
Yeah.
We need to do fucking
Oh
chin tests
goodness,
in this
we all
show.
have chins.
No sub chins allowed in this show. We're gonna
When I
run
was
chin
in-
tests.
When I was in college, I was not allowed to have a beard. At least in the first 2 years.
I only want the chinnies.
The chinniest.
The Chinese Communist
Like
Party.
your buddy Michael Russell.
Let's hear more from this smooth chin, this no chin.
That's a whole story in and of itself.
OMG News has obtained incendiary footage of a fire.
Look at, he has a chin. Look at
Yep.
the chin.
Even has the
He
chin
does
hole.
have a chin.
He can wipe his ass and snooze at the same time.
Fox News producer talking about Tucker Carlson's departure,
Chinless.
the Dominion settlement, and the influence that advertisers and pharmaceutical companies like Pfizer have over the embattled network.
Fox News Media, America's news, and much more.
$144 million to settle that lawsuit.
Oh, that was with the Dominion company. Yeah. How did what happened with that? Like,
They gave him money, but part of it, they say it wasn't part of it, but we're learning that Tucker getting fired was part of that.
Tucker getting fired was part of the Dominion lawsuit?
Part of the settlement.
Well, so did Tucker leave, or did you guys part ways, or Tucker was ousted?
Yeah. Well, he brought up things that cost a lot of money.
Cost the company a lot of money?
Yeah, and that was part of it. Like, he was going to go after this whole thing about January 6th was
Drink your soy latte, chinless man.
it was an inside job. He went after this guy, Ray Epstein. He said it was.
Ray Epps is the glow. He glows, right?
Oh yeah.
Ray Epps, he glows like he just walked out of the Chernobyl reactor.
FBI agent on the inside.
Right.
Encouraged it. And he was going to go on the air and what that guy said on 60 Minutes. And the Murdochs were like, not going to happen. The other thing with Tucker that is interesting is everyone's like, oh, we are losing so many viewers and money like last show. There are a bunch of advertisers that said we're not going to advertise that 8 o'clock.
And who are the advertisers?
Pfizer.
Yep.
Damn it.
I just, like, how the fuck do you not think you're gonna get... How do you think you're not gonna get got, dude? How are these people this stupid? I don't know. You know,
he's chinless and proud of the scummy shit he's doing.
You ever do criminal shit?
Like what kind of criminal shit?
Like, let's say high school level criminal shit. You know, like maybe you buy an ounce of weed and you sell it, or maybe you rip something off.
If I did criminal shit, I would never say so. For example, here in a place or in an environment in which I can
my
get
lips
caught.
are sealed on that.
This is the point that I'm getting at, right? Like, anyone who's actually done criminal shit knowingly knows to keep... Like, I know people that have been to jail. I know people... I've worked with a lot of convicted felons, and like, it's like, just you got to keep your mouth shut. None of them got caught because they opened their mouth. You got to keep your fucking mouth shut.
Basically, what this guy is, he's a chinless snitch.
Yeah, like, he doesn't even understand that what he's doing, it's not criminal, but it's like right on that line. Silly. Fucking retarded. Stupid.
Chinless snitches always get the stitches.
So now that he's gone, they're starting to come back.
Sean, a Fox News insider, says that not only Tucker's reporting on January 6th cost the network a lot of money and made the Murdochs unhappy, but Sean goes on to talk about the pressures of advertising and the influence of big pharma on the embattled network.
Yeah, it's big pharma.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because, like, we were doing all this stuff about COVID vaccines, and we're getting money from Pfizer.
We're getting what?
When you say that we take money from Pfizer, what did you mean by that?
I never said we took money from...
I never said we take money from Pfizer.
Target.
Chinless snitch.
Pfizer. I think you're putting words in my mouth.
I think you're putting words in my mouth.
I mean, they came right out of your mouth.
Said, quote,
And we're getting money from Pfizer.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Big pharma, big tech.
Bro,
dude,
come on.
How much do you bet he's gonna get scrubbed like the Pfizer guy?
Oh, good chance. Yeah.
I want to see that.
Like, they're just gonna fucking put a bunch of money in his hand. Like,
What?
They're gonna do the thing that happened, dude. They're gonna do the thing that happens in a William Gibson novel, where you get moved to a safe house and everything's paid for, but you're pretty much shut your fucking mouth until we decide what we're gonna do about you.
Or at the very least, get disappeared Stalin style.
Yeah. I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I'm not convinced he's still alive.
His picture used to be on the website, but now it's gone.
you're describing to me like the nature of the narratives, right? Like we have BlackRock and Vanguard who own everybody, right? They own CNN, MSNBC, Fox, you name it. That's what I was talking about, the self-censorship narrative.
Media.
You know,
Media, and you're beholden to advertisement.
BlackRock and Vanguard are in your ear. They're like, you can only say up until this point of what the truth is, and then you have to start pushing propaganda.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
Yeah, across the board, kind of like that. Or you don't.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Tucker Carlson reach his final fucking form. I hope it goes well.
God, I hope. I can't wait.
I want to piss off advertisement.
Sean also told us about his buddy Mike LaRosa.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's Michael LaRosa.
Please tell us more about Mike LaRosa. Man, that name sounds familiar to me.
Who, according to his Twitter account,
Was
that's
the
why.
press secretary for Jill Biden. Michael LaRosa is now working for a PR company called Penta, whose primary client happens to be Dominion Voting.
Or is it Pentax with an X?
Well.
I remember Pentax.
I know you would.
Or is it Pentagram? Ha!
Pentax is for the White Wolf fans out there from the OG shit. Big effect on my writing.
Sean says that no one has put this together. Well, we're certainly glad that Sean put it together for OMG.
You look at those little connects and you're like, someone
Yeah.
who worked for the Biden White House was literally crafting a message for Dominion. So you're like, no, of course. So he left working for Joe Biden to start this PR firm or work for this firm.
Imagine working for Jill Biden.
God, that must be awful.
Imagine having a father as Joe Biden.
Oh.
Or being the niece of Joe Biden, and he say, "Let's go take a bath."
Oh, no. Or his daughter.
He has a daughter.
Come on, honey, let's go shower.
Oh yeah.
Joe
Oh, yeah,
Biden?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Joe Biden had 2 or 3 daughters.
No, well, one died, and then he had.
Yeah.
This one's the one with Jill Biden.
A lot of people around Joe Biden
The one
died.
who wrote the diary.
They Minecraft themselves.
Yeah, you know,
So
car
client
crashes.
was Dominion doing their comp. It's like right from the White House.
I am beyond proud of my firm and all my Pentagroup colleagues working for a client, Dominion Voting Systems, and the incredible win they had last week. The work isn't done yet, though. More to come.
To go to defense. So
Wow.
when you know those little moving parts, you're like, everyone's shitty.
Yes. Yes, keep talking. Keep talking.
Well,
Left the White House to literally go take down the news outlet that was being unfavorable to his boss. No one's talking about that.
you know, you're talking about like the shady players, like your buddy Michael Rosa. Like, what is, you know, like it's kind of public out there that he's like at this Penta group. He worked for Joe Biden.
Put it together.
You said he was pulling the strings. What did you exactly mean by that? You know, like with
In this, that he's the one who's crafting Dominion's message that he's running their
to who?
to the media.
To the media.
But no one's picking up on the fact that here's someone who used to work for Joe Biden.
Joe or Joe or
Yeah.
both?
Technically. Worked in the administration.
Worked in the administration.
Going after a voting company. Working with a voting company to take down Fox's segment. That's a whole story in and of itself.
I also spoke to Sean myself on the phone while I was filmed, the undercover journalist recording in Washington, D.C., while I was recording back here at headquarters, and you can see Sean's reaction for yourself.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Hey, Sean. Hey, this is James O'Keefe, OMG. We'd like your comment on some of the things that you said.
Yeah, I was with him the Thursday before he was fired, and we were talking about him having lunch and such with the Murdochs.
He spoke to me. It was very cordial. However, the public has a right to know this information. It involves advertising. It involves the Fourth Estate. It involves how we get our information in society.
Well, I promise you that you said these words, and in terms of the context.
But do I work in advertising?
Oh. Basically, he does. Any comments? No?
Sorry, I was putting a burrito in the microwave. I mean, this dude is he's playing semantic. But do I work in advertising here? Oh, was I actually raping a minor? Oh, he's playing faggot games. I'm just done with faggot games, man.
Also,
Get a
Mega
rope.
laughs at your. Is it a microwave burrito from like 7-Eleven?
It's nowhere near as good as the worst burrito that Omega can get within 5 minutes from where he lives.
Well, I use my. We have our
Well, it's
version
done.
of 7-Eleven.
I heard it go beep beep beep.
Yeah, it's only here in Mexico, isn't it?
Say it again.
Okay.
I said beep beep beep. Your burrito's done.
I had to flip it.
Ah. Well, it's half done, so.
He doesn't know necessarily the full picture
The
here.
whole picture here, okay?
So you want me to tell my audience that you don't work in advertising?
Yeah,
Go to our website, fill out our form. We will ship a camera to you, and you
fucking retard.
Two can sit across the table at a restaurant from a subject and record them. We need more people recording. And listen again to that voice of the undercover journalist. Yes,
he's gonna get
you
someone
recognize
killed.
that? It's the same voice of the individual who recorded Tristan Walker at 5.
Oh, that guy. Oh! Damn.
Oh my god. This dude must be like, you know those adult twinks that look like they're 14?
Yeah.
It's the only way he's getting two like this. Oh,
That's
or
what I'm
maybe he
saying.
looks,
They go for a type, dude.
like maybe he's got that Rock Hudson thing going on.
Maybe. Maybe he has like that dreamy Justin Bieber type look too.
Whoever this dude is, he drinks for free when I'm around.
Godspeed you, mystery
Yeah.
recorder.
Watch out, because one of these two guys might fucking put a hit out on this guy. They know who he is too. Remember that.
They will just describe the chat meme, you know? This is how it looks like.
Oh my
Fucking
god,
chat
that would
with
be
a-
so funny.
It's a chat with a fucking camcorder.
That would be
Shit
fucking
on sight.
amazing.
Oh, and then this video here shows like more footage, extended behind the scenes.
It's very important to follow a code of ethics. One of the ethics rules that we're establishing at LMG is something that you'll see on Ethics Masterclass released at the end of the month, and that's the discipline of verification. Verification of what separates journalism from propaganda. So we always have to ask for comment, even if we catch them on tape saying the words. We have to call them and say, "Is there anything you want to add?" It's very important, and that's what we did with Sean. We called him.
Oh.
See, that's actually a pretty good point, because if they were like,
We hope you all saw the story OMG released yesterday about Fox.
It's also, dude.
Yeah.
It's also a phenomenal fuck you.
yeah. I mean, if they were, as some of these people say, taking what you said out of context, that would be a good choice, a good chance for them to like explain that. Like, is there anything you want to comment on what we just show you? Yeah, that's not what I said. You just edited. No, they never do that. They just freak the fuck out because they know they've been caught.
There is a character that I can't fucking remember the actor's name, but he played the dude who got his brains blown out in Pulp Fiction. He was on Mad TV.
Maurice
and he had a
LaMarche?
Oh, Phil Lamar, because he
Yeah,
voiced
Phil Lamar,
Phil Lamar.
Samurai Jack.
Phil Lamar had a character
in
that he
Mad
did on
TV?
Mad TV. Yeah, he had a character that he did named Dirk, and he was a UPS driver. And like that dude that got that Pfizer dude is like Dirk IRL and really gay.
I have
That-
to find.
That
we
will
have
make
to
the
find
skull.
that after the show backstage.
Yeah, I'll get you.
But anyways, it's about time for us to go. But before we leave you, we want to show you how we get our food for our Sharky boys. We would like to thank the Royal Police of Thailand for providing us with a wonderful source of shark feed. So here we go.
Oh yeah, I did. AP was talking about this last night, wasn't he?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch the whole story. What's the story?
So how about I show you the video and then we can discuss later. So
Okay.
here's our fine boys of the Royal Thailand Police Department bringing in our next shipment.
No, I'm not going out.
I'm not going out. No, I'm not going out.
What a pussy. Why don't you go out shooting, bitch? Just go out shooting.
In my experience, you do not fuck with Thai police.
I wouldn't fuck with any Asian cop. Are you kidding me? They'll smash your skull in.
This
I mean, we
motherfuckers are
all
like really bleak
remember
now.
in the '90s. The big story was the kid who like did some graffiti and then he got his ass fucking ripped apart by the Singaporean police.
Deserved it. You don't go to another country and break their fucking laws.
But yes, the individual who is our latest shipment of Sharky Feed was arrested for being a tourist who liked minor children. And even though the video says he's being extradited to the United States, he's actually being sent straight to our island and straight into the Woodchipper because the sharks need to feed.
The island is technically U.S. soil, right?
Yes.
So there you go. Everything.
You know, we could do a prison work release program. Because I know some ex-felons that are really good guys. They just needed direction. You know what I mean? They just needed direction. I think we might be able to like do a prison work release on the island.
Sounds good.
But for example, Midnight, what do you think
also
of
Chomos straight to the chipper.
Midnight? What do you think of a prison like Arkham City?
You mean like have a prison like Arkham City?
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well let New York become that, but I figure that we can turn our island, our shark sanctuary island, into the like. That's for the good convicts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, gosh darn it! Now that you bring up like turning New York into a fucking island prison, I'm slowly reaching for my white camel pants.
And your silence Mac 10.
My black tank top and my eye patch.
Well, did any of you saw ever this movie called Papillon?
Oh yeah.
Heard of it?
It's Steve Queen and Dustin Hoffman. They play two prisoners in a gulag.
No, I've never
Franklin
seen
J. Schaffner, 1972, I think.
I think so.
It's from the 70s. Pretty good fucking movie.
Yeah, but the thing is that in the movie, they explain that there are 3 islands for the prisoners. And there is one called, it's Devil Island, isn't it, Canales?
Yep,
I think it
Devil's
is.
Island.
It's been a while.
Yeah, because Devil Island is a prison that is surrounded by sharks and all kind of waves, so you cannot escape. So the only thing you can do there is live, try to have a peaceful life, because you cannot escape. You're there forever.
I'm for it. I'm all for it.
I am too.
Maybe that's what we should rename Epstein Island to. We should rename it to Devil Island. I like it.
Yeah, but we gotta honor our founder, you know, Jeffrey Epstein Memorial Shark Island, because he is the reason we are now the purveyor of sweet, delicious pedo meat for our good little sharky boys.
Best shark fodder providers in the hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how plump and healthy our sharks are.
We never seem to run out. That's what freaks me out. Like, there's always more. I never thought there'd be so much.
I know.
At the very least,
we're doing God's work, everyone.
There's enough fodder for like several generations, because who knows for how long this shit has been going on.
Have you seen how many sharks we have circling our island? A lot.
A lot?
A lot of sharks.
And every now and then they come close and they want to be pet, which is I think it's really adorable.
Yeah, for like our tourists, we have like pet the shark. See, they're docile. These sharks they do not hunger for the flesh of the normie human. All they hunger is that for the pedophile. So you could go into our shark infested waters and they'll just swim by you and not even look at you and give you a little nibble.
You still have to sign the insurance waivers if you're going to do that, FYI.
Yeah, I mean, there have been maybe one or two hiccups, but it was later proven that these individuals were in fact pedophiles.
See, we have our own special breed of sharks. We call them Carcharodon chilled fuckeritus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you know how sharks have like those little electrical impulses? Well, theirs have honed in on the I guess the brainwaves of the pedophile, that if they have a thought of doing horrible, disgusting things to a minor child, the shark just hones in and
immediately gets hungry.
Goes right to the jugular.
Telepathic fucking sharks, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it here first.
Amazing.
I think you know what? Sometimes some chunks don't get through the wood chipper. I was thinking we'd save some and then have a feed the shark post, like a feed the shark attraction.
Yeah.
But yeah, imagine Millie from Palm Beach, Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, with her little flowered bonnet and her one-piece swimming suit, dangling a piece of pedo flesh over a shark, and the shark just gently nibbles it out of her hand like a little bunny rabbit.
Damn.
And then he waddles his tail to signify content and appreciation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He just shakes his little tail, and then he just swims off. That is the Jeffrey E. Epstein Memorial Shark Sanctuary Island, home of the world's largest woodchipper. Please come and visit. Also, I am disappointed in our staff. Our staff didn't even show up, so now their penises are not existent. You did this to yourself, staff. You did this for yourself. You did not participate in the chat. You did not offer your commentary on our show. Therefore, your penises have shrunk into your body. Enjoy being fucking nullos.
Now there's a term I haven't heard in a long time.
Yep, we're here while our cast we have big swinging dicks, including me. Everyone has big swinging dicks in this show.
We can do push-ups without arms. That's all I'm saying.
Massive. You know, I once got the last time I was in the grocery store, they thought I was smuggling a fucking salami.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right.
You're talking crazy talk.
Oh. Anyway,
sir,
so
please return the salami.
What you got planned, Midnight? You lovely
Excuse
bastard.
me. You know, just doing some work this week. I think it's gonna be a good week of work. I'm not too worried about it.
And Mega?
Kept to work.
Oh.
Trabajo.
Yeah, Mexicans hate that shit. As do we in Spain, not gonna lie.
I mean,
they hate it because they do so goddamn much of it.
That's true.
You know, Omega's people used to hold like sacrifices like every day until you guys came along and say, nah, fuck this work.
Actually, I don't know if you have seen the recent news in Mexico, yes?
I don't think so. Explain.
That one of the volcanoes in Mexico, El Popocatépetl, is very active.
Oh shit!
Yay!
Is it because you haven't sacrificed anyone to it in the
Many
last
people-
500 years?
Many people say that's the reason.
Oh shit.
He's upset.
Round
I have
up
some
some
ideas.
feminists. Round
Yeah.
up the feminazis. They hadn't had a penis near them since forever. That shall surely quell the beast.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
you-
if you look into the laws that we Spaniards signed when we conquered the land, you'll find the clause that says, it doesn't apply to feminists. You can totally rip their hearts out. Because we knew, because we saw it coming.
All right, Canales, what are you up to?
Well, I'm gonna definitely finish the 2 comics I'm working on in this week. I guess I'll be taking a break, and then I'll go straight up to work on that project that we've been talking about,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't want to say too much.
All right, me, I'm as well as along with dealing with Mewish shenanigans, I'm also moving and working. So hopefully I get a nice new swagalicious room with more cat-friendly people who don't want little retarded cats to starve in holes. All right. I guess that's it. Everyone say your goodbyes. Bye.
All right, everyone have a nice night.
Adios.
Take care.